Hello, dear friends. Have you ever paused and wondered, how many good years might I still have left? Once we cross into our 70s, each moment becomes more precious, more meaningful. But here's something remarkable. Your body and mind are already offering clues about your future health and longevity. Some of us feel energized, active, and mentally sharp, while others start to slow down, facing challenges that feel unfamiliar. Why the difference? It often lies in a few vital, often overlooked signs. Today, we're going to explore 8 powerful indicators, all backed by solid science, that reveal how long and how well you might live beyond 70. From how quickly you walk to how deeply you sleep, how steady your balance is, to how strong your memory remains. These signs can guide you toward a longer, healthier, more fulfilling life. So, settle in with a warm drink and an open heart. Let's discover what your body is trying to tell you and how a few small changes can make all the difference in the years ahead.
Part 1. Walking speed. Your longevity in motion. Let's begin with something simple. Your walking speed. You might not think much about how fast you walk, but scientists certainly do. In fact, your pace may be one of the clearest indicators of how long you'll live. Walking is more than just a way to get from one place to another. It reflects your overall strength, heart health, lung capacity, and even the sharpness of your brain. Studies show that seniors who can maintain a steady, brisk walking pace are far more likely to enjoy a longer and healthier life. Picture 2 men, Joe and Frank. Both are 75 years old. Joe walks every morning. Nothing extreme, just a regular, steady stroll. He can cross the street without hesitation, climb a few stairs without pausing, and his stride is confident. Frank, on the other hand, has slowed down a lot over the past few years. He needs to rest often, hesitates at curbs, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. Joe's walking speed tells us his body is still functioning well. Frank's slowing pace could be a warning sign of muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological changes. The truth is, your legs are like the pillars of your temple. When they weaken, your foundation becomes shaky. But here's the good news. Walking speed is not a fixed trait. It can be improved. Start small. If you're not walking daily, begin with a few minutes each morning. Take a walk around the block. Gradually increase your time and pace. Use light hand or ankle weights to build strength. Practice walking up and down small steps or hills. And here's something simple you can try today. Measure how long it takes you to walk 10 feet. A healthy older adult should take about 6 to 7 seconds. If it takes much longer, that's okay. It simply means it's time to start rebuilding that strength. Don't underestimate the power of this everyday movement. Walking is not just exercise, it's a signal of vitality, a rhythm that keeps your body and spirit in harmony. So pay attention to your steps. Let them be strong, steady, and sure, because every step you take today helps pave the path for a longer, healthier tomorrow.
Part 2. Grip strength. The power in your hands. Now let's move from your stride to your grip. Yes, your hands can speak volumes about your health. Specifically, the strength of your grip can quietly predict your future vitality. It may seem surprising, but numerous studies confirm that grip strength is one of the most reliable indicators of overall muscle health in older adults. A firm, steady grip suggests strong muscles, good nerve function, and a healthy circulatory system. A weak grip, however, may signal muscle loss, frailty, and an increased risk of illness. Take Robert and Walter, both 78. Robert has always taken care of his hands, doing light weightlifting, gardening, and even squeezing a tennis ball each morning. His handshake is still firm, and he has no trouble opening jars or lifting grocery bags. Walter, by contrast, has noticed his hands aren't as strong as they used to be. He struggles with lids, finds carrying heavy objects more tiring, and brushes it off as just getting old. But this subtle loss of grip strength can actually be a red flag. It often signals that muscle mass is declining, not just in your hands, but across your whole body. And when muscle weakens, so does your resilience, your independence, and your ability to bounce back from life's challenges. The beauty of grip strength is that it's something you can actively improve. Try keeping a small rubber ball nearby and squeezing it a few times each day. Use hand grippers if you have them. Even carrying a few light grocery bags or using light dumbbells for a few minutes a day can help rebuild what you've lost. And here's a quick test. Next time you shake someone's hand, notice how it feels. Is it as firm as it once was? Or has it softened without you even realizing it? Your grip isn't just about opening jars. It's about holding on to your strength, your freedom, and your life. So don't let it slip away quietly. Strengthen it with purpose, and you'll be surprised how much better your body and your confidence will feel.
Part 3. Balance. Stability for the long run. Balance. It's something most of us don't think about until we start losing it. But your ability to stay steady, particularly to stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds, is more than a fun party trick. It's a surprisingly strong predictor of how long and how well you'll live. Researchers have found that people who maintained good balance into their 70s and beyond tend to experience fewer falls, fewer injuries, and even lower rates of cognitive decline. Why? Because balance is deeply connected to your nervous system, muscle coordination, and brain function. Let's look at two women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol practices yoga, walks daily, and even enjoys a little dancing. When asked to stand on one foot, she lifts her leg and holds her posture for over 10 seconds with ease. Nancy, however, struggles. She wobbles after just a few seconds and quickly reaches for a nearby chair. What Nancy might not realize is that her unsteadiness could be signaling more than just aging legs. It may point to weakening muscles, slowed reflexes, or early neurological changes. These are subtle shifts that over time can lead to more serious problems like falls, hospitalizations, and even a shorter lifespan. The hopeful part? Balance can be rebuilt. Even if you feel unsteady now, there are gentle exercises you can begin today. Try this. Stand near a wall or counter. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and hold the position. Start with just a few seconds and increase gradually. Walk heel to toe in a straight line across the room. Consider light Tai Chi or balance-focused yoga classes. These small movements make a big difference. Improving your balance improves your safety, your confidence, and your sense of control over your body. So here's your challenge for today. Stand up, lift one foot, and see if you can hold it for 10 seconds. Don't worry if you can't. What matters is that you begin. Because balance isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. It's the quiet foundation that lets you stand strong in every season of life.
Part 4. Sleep patterns. Rest for resilience. Let's talk about something we all treasure, sleep, or perhaps something we wish we had more of. The truth is, how well you sleep at night can offer surprising insight into how long you'll live and how well you'll age.
Sleep isn't just downtime for your body. It's the time when your cells repair, your immune system strengthens, and your brain clears out toxins. For those of us over 70, sleep becomes even more important and more elusive. Take Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s. Henry has kept a regular sleep routine for years. He goes to bed and wakes up around the same time, sleeps about 7 hours a night, and usually wakes up feeling rested. Bill, on the other hand, tosses and turns, wakes up multiple times, and often feels tired even after a full night in bed. Over time, Henry stays alert and active. Bill, however, starts noticing memory lapses, mood changes, and even fluctuations in his blood pressure, all linked to poor sleep. Research shows that poor sleep in older adults is tied to a greater risk of cognitive decline, heart disease, and weakened immunity. If you find yourself waking often during the night, feeling tired during the day, or struggling to fall asleep, it may be more than just getting older. But don't lose hope. There are ways to reclaim restful sleep. Start by establishing a calming bedtime routine. Reduce screen time at least an hour before bed. Try reading, listening to soft music, or practicing deep breathing. Get some natural sunlight in the morning to reset your body's internal clock. Avoid heavy meals or caffeine in the evening. Also, pay attention to signs of sleep disorders, like sleep apnea. If you snore heavily, feel fatigued despite sleeping, or wake up gasping, talk to your doctor. A proper diagnosis and treatment can be life-changing. Remember, sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation for healing, energy, and emotional balance. So tonight, give yourself the gift of rest. Turn down the lights, let your worries drift away, and allow your body to do what it was designed to do: restore, renew, and strengthen you for another beautiful day ahead.
Part 5. Appetite. Eating for energy and life. Now let's turn our attention to something deeply personal and often overlooked: your appetite. As we grow older, how much we want to eat and what we choose to eat can quietly reveal much about our health and longevity. Eating well isn't just about filling your plate, it's about fueling your body, keeping your muscles strong, your energy steady, and your immune system resilient. But when appetite fades or eating habits slip, it can be a warning sign. Let's meet Margaret and Susan, both 74. Margaret still enjoys preparing her meals. She includes colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. She eats with pleasure and feels nourished afterward. Susan, on the other hand, finds herself skipping meals. She's just not hungry. She snacks on processed foods and has lost some weight without trying. What Susan might not realize is that a fading appetite could mean her body isn't absorbing nutrients well, or that something deeper, perhaps physical or even cognitive, is shifting. And when you don't eat enough, your body starts breaking down muscle to make up the difference. That leads to frailty, fatigue, and a higher risk of falls and illness. The body's nutritional needs change with age, but its need for quality never goes away. You still need protein to preserve strength, fiber to support digestion, and healthy fats to protect your heart and brain. Here are a few gentle reminders to help. Start with small, balanced meals several times a day. Add high-protein snacks like yogurt, eggs, or nuts. Hydrate throughout the day. Sometimes what feels like a loss of appetite is actually mild dehydration. Make meals enjoyable. Eat with others when you can, or play soft music while you dine.
If eating feels more like a chore lately, take note. Ask your doctor if changes in medication, digestion, or mood might be affecting your appetite. These are not minor things. They're messages from your body asking for support. Remember, food is more than fuel. It's comfort, connection, and care. So, don't dismiss the signs. Nourish yourself like someone you love, because you deserve meals that heal, strengthen, and uplift.
Part 6. Stress Management. Peace for Longevity. Let's now talk about something that doesn't always show up in test results, but quietly influences every part of your well-being: stress. How you handle stress, especially after 70, can make a world of difference in how long and how well you live. Chronic stress wears down your immune system, disrupts your sleep, affects your heart, and even accelerates aging. But the good news? Learning how to respond to stress can add strength to your years and years to your life. Consider John and Richard, both 76. Life throws challenges at them both: unexpected expenses, health issues, family problems. But John has learned to face stress with a calm heart. He breathes deeply, keeps a journal, and stays connected with friends. He focuses on what he can control and lets go of the rest. Richard, however, holds on to every worry. He replays problems in his mind, feels overwhelmed by the smallest setbacks, and rarely talks about how he's feeling. Over time, his blood pressure rises, his energy plummets, and his joy fades. You see, stress isn't just in your mind. It leaves footprints across your body. It triggers inflammation, upsets hormones, and clouds your memory. If left unchecked, it can shorten your life. But here's something beautiful. You can train your body and mind to respond differently. Start small. When you feel tension rising, take a deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth, slow and steady. Try gentle stretching, walking in nature, or listening to calming music. Laughter helps too. Watch a favorite comedy, or call a friend who lifts your spirits. Mindfulness, prayer, or meditation can bring a deep sense of peace and clarity. Also, talk about your feelings. Don't carry the weight alone. Sharing your thoughts with a trusted friend or counselor can lighten the load more than you know. Ask yourself, when life gets hard, do I find calm or do I carry the storm inside me? Managing stress isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about finding balance, even in the middle of the chaos. And that ability, the strength to stay steady, can protect your health and bring more joy into every day you live.
Part 7. Social Connections, the Lifeline of Longevity. Finally, we come to one of the most powerful predictors of a long and healthy life: your social connections. That's right, your relationships, the people you talk to, laugh with, and share life's moments with, are just as important to your health as your blood pressure or cholesterol. Studies have consistently shown that seniors with strong social ties, whether through friends, family, faith groups, or community activities, live longer, get sick less often, and recover more quickly when they do. On the other hand, loneliness can be as damaging as smoking or obesity. It increases the risk of depression, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Think of two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor calls her daughter every day, meets her friends for coffee, and volunteers at her local library. Her calendar is full, and her laughter comes easy. Barbara, meanwhile, spends most of her time alone. Her children live far away, and many of her friends have passed. She doesn't reach out often and has gradually withdrawn into her home. Barbara might not notice it immediately, but this isolation takes a toll.
Her mood dips, her energy wanes, and her sense of purpose fades. Eleanor, by contrast, stays sharp and upbeat, buoyed by the love and connection that surrounds her. Human beings are made for connection. When we share our lives with others, through conversations, hugs, shared meals, or even quiet companionship, we release chemicals in the brain that ease stress and boost health. If you've found yourself withdrawing lately or feeling alone, know this: it's never too late to reconnect. Join a group at your community center. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Write a letter. Attend a local event or take a class that interests you. Even a few small social touches a week can lift your spirits and support your health. Your relationships don't have to be many, they just have to be meaningful. Because love, friendship, and shared laughter are among the greatest medicines we have. So reach out. You're not alone, and you never have to be.
Part 8. Mental agility. Keeping your mind sharp. As a special bonus, let's look at one more powerful sign that often flies under the radar: mental agility. Your ability to think clearly, solve problems, remember details, and adapt to change is not just a measure of brain health, it's a predictor of how long and well you might live after 70. Cognitive sharpness is deeply tied to longevity. Studies show that seniors who stay mentally active are less likely to develop dementia and more likely to maintain their independence well into their 80s and 90s. That's because the brain, like any muscle, thrives on use and challenge. Consider Helen and Doris, both 79. Helen reads daily, plays crossword puzzles, and loves learning something new, whether it's a foreign phrase or how to use a new app. Doris, while equally bright, has stopped pushing herself mentally. She watches the same TV shows and rarely engages in conversation that stretches her thinking. Over time, Helen's mind stays flexible and alert. She adapts quickly, remembers details well, and continues to feel a sense of curiosity. Doris, however, begins to struggle with names, forgets appointments, and feels less confident in social settings. The beauty of mental agility is that it can be strengthened at any age. Here's how you can nurture it. Learn new things regularly: a recipe, a craft, a language. Play games that challenge your thinking, like Sudoku, word games, or chess. Engage in meaningful conversations with people of all ages and viewpoints. Write. Journals, letters, or short stories can all stimulate the brain. Stay curious. Ask questions. Read widely. Explore different perspectives. If you've noticed some forgetfulness or mental fog, don't panic. Often it's a sign your brain just needs more stimulation. But don't ignore it either. Sharpening your mind now is one of the best gifts you can give yourself and your loved ones. Because the more alert and engaged your mind is, the more you can savor each day, respond to challenges with grace, and stay connected to the world around you. Your thoughts matter, your memories matter, and your wisdom, it's a treasure. So keep that brilliant mind of yours active and alive, because a sharp mind leads to a richer, longer life. Now that we've walked through these 8 meaningful signs, your walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep quality, appetite, stress management, social connections, and mental agility, take a moment to reflect on where you are in your own journey. These aren't just checkboxes or warnings, they're invitations. Invitations to tune in, take action, and honor the life you still have ahead. Because the truth is, most of these signs are not fixed. You can improve them. You can grow stronger, steadier, more connected, and mentally sharper, no matter your age. The goal is not just to add years to your life, it's to add life to your years. A life filled with joy, connection, curiosity, and confidence.
If this video has helped you recognize something in yourself or even inspired a small change, share it with someone you love. Let's spread this wisdom far and wide. We'd love to hear from you. What's one sign you're working on, and what step will you take today? If you found this helpful, please give us a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Wise Journey for more heartfelt, informative content designed just for you. Your support helps us grow this community of wise, vibrant seniors and keeps us creating content that empowers and uplifts. Thank you for spending time with us today. Stay strong, stay curious, and as always, stay wonderfully you.